So this is Space Saverz, a miniature war game in a tin. The entire game fits in this very small, I think they're called tobacco tins. So let's just take the miniatures out just now. I'm going to quickly show you how it works. These are 10mm miniatures from Pendraken, and they're on 15mm square bases. We've got 2 dice, and for lack of a better term, these are your dungeon tiles, your space station tiles. Now you could do all sorts of setup and layouts with these. You know, you could have sprawling tunnels, rooms, that whole thing. For the purposes of this demo, I want to get to the meat of it as quickly as possible. So let's just set up something very, very small here. That means we're going to see a bit of action right away, a bit of combat. So there we go, very basic, small, grid-shaped room. There's no real deployment rules for this game. It's up to you and your opponent how you want to set your guys up. Again, not too important for the purposes of this demo. So that's us set up. There's 2 dice. The black one is the activation dice. So when I roll that, I roll them both together. The number there is going to tell me which of my warband I'm going to activate, and the other dice is the action dice. So that's going to tell me how many action points they've got. So it's miniature number 2, and they've got 6 action points. So if I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could either move or shoot. There's no point in shooting, obviously, because I'm out of range there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So taking a real gamble there, because if one of these guys now activates, he's going to be dead. But like I say, I wanted to get to the meat of this quickly and show you how it works. So now, rolling for the yellow side, miniature number 4 with 6 activation points. So I could say move 1, 2, and then shoot 3, 4, 5. There's no saving rolls here, and then I've still got 1 move to make. So no saving rolls at all. Want to minimise the dice rolling. And this now means that because the blue team is -1 of their miniatures, they're going to get a +1 on all of their action dice rolls moving forward. So it's back to the blue team now, and it's miniature number 3 with 1 action point, but that's actually now 2 action points. Back to the yellows. Missed the box there. Miniature number 3 with 2 action points. We'll have one more shot just to see if anything interesting happens. Miniature number 1 with 6 action points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could go 5, 6. So again, you could just you could shoot or you could move to take the opposition piece, and that means now the yellow team, having lost 2 of their miniatures, going forward now they're going to have an extra, a +2 on their action dice, and that continues. You know, basically the less miniatures that you have, the more powerful your characters become, and we could account that to sort of desperation or, you know, whatever. But that's kind of how the game is so far. You know, very much a work in progress, but I've slowly put the pieces together. It fits in a tin, a very small tin, so it's super portable, and I'm happy with it so far. But I'm always open to feedback, and yeah, any suggestions or anything like that, I'd love to hear it. So there you go. That's Space Saverz. I just realised there was one thing I didn't really deal with there, and that's what if you roll the activation dice for a numbered miniature that's already been eliminated. In that instance, you would just move to the next available miniature, the next miniature who's still on the board. So I roll a 3 and my number 3 is dead. I would then activate 4 or 2. If one of them's dead, then obviously the decision is made for you. So sometimes you're going to have a choice, sometimes you're not. And by the time you get to 1 miniature left, if that happens, obviously there's no point in rolling the activation dice at all, because you know who's going to activate. So I hope that clears that one up as well. That's just a wee bit on activation when some of your miniatures have already been eliminated.